Welcome into the Falling Out Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, here with Billy. Buddy, man, we had to sweat one out this weekend, didn't we?
Oh my God, man. I think it's been a long time since I almost had a heart attack like that, man. I wasn't expecting them to give me one like that, but I'll take a win. A win is a win. I don't care how big the score is. I'll take the W any day.
Anytime you win on the road in the SEC, it's a good day. And it was State's a good ball team. They're a solid ball team, and we helped them out a little bit, but I mean they didn't need any help either. They were good enough. I like the all white they had going on. I like the all orange we had going on. I kind of wanted to see the orange helmets though.
Yeah, look, the uniforms was clean. Anytime you can go into Starkville, anyway, away game, and they got I guess you call it the hybrid uniforms or whatever. I'll take that win, man. I mean, I love the fact that we didn't quit.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, there was times where we could have just mailed it in and could have got out of hand. But I mean, it started right off the rip, man. I mean, we come out, we got them 3 and out, and then we muff the punt. They get good field position, take advantage of it, score. Man, I tell you what though, early in that game, our wide receivers had some big drops, man. That was killer. But they bounced back. We finished the next drive, got 3 out of it. Dude, I tell you, the play calling this year is on point. And it's because we got a gunslinger, son.
Yeah, they've been doing some good things with the offensive play calling, man. I'm gonna go back to it. I mean, our offense is designed for our receivers, and if our receivers are doing a great job, it's gonna be hard to beat Tennessee. And the drops that we had were big plays could have cost us this game because you're talking about third down possession where we could have got a couple first down on those drops. Those were huge, and I'm just glad we was able to get the win, and just those mistakes could come back to haunt us eventually.
Yeah. Next series out though, defense comes up big. Colton Hood, 23-yard pick 6. Balls go up 10-7. First quarter ends that way. Honestly, man, it's kind of a game of runs. Nobody really ever pulled away. It was just always within a possession or so. Man, nobody got ahead far enough to feel comfortable. Also, dude, how about that dang Mississippi State running back, son? Fluff. He's tough. Fluff is tough.
Mississippi State got some good kids, man. I mean, don't underestimate that team, man. That team is finally becoming a team where they are playing together. It's the discipline part. They're working together, not making many mistakes. And when you got a ball club that's doing that, it's going to be tough to beat them.
Absolutely, man. They go down the field, score. Fluff gets 6, go up 14-10. Then we come out, go scoreless, capitalizes though, goes up 17-10. Then they kind of jump the shark a little bit. Unnecessary roughness on the kick return, give us great field position. Joey DeBrazel, big play. Then roughing the passer on top of the big play. We get the ball at the 15. Brazel, this might have been his best game, I think. This or Georgia. I mean, it has to be. Kid had a phenomenal catch. I still don't know how he caught that one. I mean, he pulled her in though. 17-7 goes into halftime. 17-17, goes to halftime tied. We come out, we get a field goal out of the half, go up 20-17. The state run game though, man, it answers back again. 24-17. We just didn't have, and last year, man, they ran on us. I don't know what they found in our defensive scheme, period, but they ran on us last year. And this year, I think what's hurting us this year as far as the run game goes on defense is we've got our big guys in the middle hurt, and we're just not as deep.
And you're right. And I was just about to say that. It's the defensive tackles, man. I mean, we are struggling with some injuries. We're not as deep as we should be, but with the injuries, that's what it was last season too. But we was deep enough last year. We just our seniors didn't step up like this year last year. But this season, I think we're better. It's just the depth is a little bit hurt right now. And I think once we get back on the field, I think we'll be fine. I mean, this off week is going to help big time. And that's what it was, man. I mean, our defensive front was getting pushed around, or at least the defensive tackles. So our defensive ends was doing good. Linebackers played great, man. It was just, when the defensive tackles are in your back, in your face, it's hard to make that play.
Absolutely, man. The very next drive, though, sack fumble, Josh Josephs mollywops him, son. I mean, just kills him.
Gosh.
and then picks it up and takes it to the house. 27-24 Vols. Like, poor guy Shapen had no chance, man. He's still feeling that one.
I didn't think he was going to get up, man. I was like, my God, he just put him to sleep, and the ball was laying there like it was there forever, and he just picked it up and took it to the house. I mean, those are and I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't call like targeted or something like.
Right. Right.
The refs was, I don't know, man. It's like they out to get us at least 2-3 times a game, man. Because
they were terrible.
I'm
They were
still
terrible.
offensive pass interference is still in my brain because I've watched it 3-4 times. I'm like, how was that pass interference?
It wasn't. It wasn't on either one of them. Period. That was just them hand fighting. Dude fell down, and we got popped. We got popped for it because the guy fell down. Next drive though, man, State they tie it back up 27-27. And then we go a drive or two without scoring, moving the ball much, and State goes up 34-27. I think at that point we're all kind of like, oh, puckered up, because there was about 8 minutes to go in the game, and it was getting down to crunch time, son. Game time drive though, man. Vols did exactly what they needed to do. Play calling was right there. Like I say, I think we got the ball back with about 8 minutes to go, and took it down to the 2-minute warning and scored right inside the 2-minute timeout. And Joey, man, the kid's tough. He is tough.
He is, most definitely, man. I mean, he's doing exactly, you know what I mean? When we got him, and I told you guys about it, I wasn't worrying about the quarterback position. I told you guys that. You know, Hype wasn't going to just let anybody come in and just take that position. And for him to name him the starter, I knew he was going to be okay. You know, my whole situation was the receivers. You know, as long as our receivers are catching the ball, this offense is going to be nice.
Yeah. I mean, they bounced back well, though. I mean, they had a couple drops, and some of them were high balls that were hard to catch. You know, I mean, that's just the way it goes. But a couple of them were right there, and they just dropped it.
And those are the ones that I can't believe they're dropping, you know, because there are going to be times where the quarterback throws a lame duck. I've seen the best passer throw lame ducks. Peyton Manning used to throw some ducks to his receivers, and they just, adjust to it and came down with it. You know, every quarterback needs help, and that's what I say about our receivers. He's going to need help eventually. I mean, he's doing great now, but, we still have yet to play the best of the best DBs. And
right.
That's what I can't wait to see happen, because, to be honest with you, Arkansas got some good DBs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Arkansas, we'll get into that. I don't even talk about it.
We got a week to get ready for that one. We'll dive into that one here soon. But we go into overtime, man. Bishop first play, 25-yard run, ball game, because State couldn't convert, and we snuck out of there with and silenced the cowbells. You know, that was a good win. I mean, I know people are going to say, "Oh, well, it's Mississippi State, this, that, and the other." Well, Mississippi State was 4-0, and they beat one playoff team from last year already, Arizona State. They've got a couple more on the schedule, us being one, and I think they were I can't remember who the other two were. I want to say Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And Texas, I can't remember who the other one was, but they had 4 on the schedule this year, and they're 1-1 already against 2 of them. So they're a tough ball team. They are a tough ball team, and we got fortunate to get out of there with a win in overtime, nonetheless. So, but all right, man. So let's talk a little bit about some things here. Road play calling. I feel like there's no middleman with us. Hype's either we're playing to win the game or we're just playing not to lose. And this was one, I feel like there was times where it seemed like, okay, he's playing not to lose, but watching the game again, with the flow of how things were going, he wasn't playing not to lose. He was playing to win, but there's been games, man, where it's just like, okay, we're just going to go out here and hope we keep it close. It seems like this wasn't one of them, luckily.
Most definitely not, man. I when I hear people say that, those guys are not doing that, man. They're not like, when we say we're playing not to lose or whatever, running the clock out or anything like that, that's what they're doing, trying to run the clock to give us a better chance to win the game. And coming from a player and me being an ex-coach as well, I understand what they're doing. It took me a long time to get it, because as a player, when they send a play out there to you, they expect you to execute it 100%. whether it's a good play or bad play. They want you to execute. You know, being a coach and watching X's and O's, it only takes one player to mess up the whole play.
Yes.
And of course, especially at the level you coaching right now, you see those kids when you have told them time and time after again, step left, step left, step left, step left. I need you to hook them, need you to hook them, need you to hook them. And that one time they don't do it. And it just makes the whole play looks bad.
Yeah.
But so when back to the like, they're playing not to lose. Just imagine that as a player, hearing that I'm playing not to lose. Of course I'm not, because I don't want to lose. I'm doing everything I
Right.
can in the ball game. It's just us as fans, when we see that on the screen, it looks totally different than it does on the field.
Right.
Because everything on the field is going so quick, so quick, so quick. And see, us as fans, we get to see replay and we're like, God, what the heck?
Yes. Yes.
But it's totally different from what I see when it comes to that point. Because I watched this game, the cut ups 3 times now. I want to give it props to the offensive coordinator, man.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I mean,
gosh, the plays he was doing, man. I mean, it was a great play caller. I understand like some of the situations where we thought we probably should have went down the field or maybe found a tight end up in the middle somewhere, or we actually saw somebody wide open. Yeah, they may have been wide open, but as a quarterback progression, when he goes right, and by the time he get back to his progressions over here, somebody's on his butt. He got to get rid of it.
yeah.
So as a we also got to understand these defenses are not trying to allow us to do anything. So that's the
Right.
thing people don't get though. Defenses are playing not to lose.
Right. Right.
So I get what you're saying on that though, because I mean it was times where it looked like, we wasn't doing everything we needed to do to execute on offense. But I think we did a good job. I think we're gonna have to still clean up a few things, like the blocking schemes maybe. But
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be okay, man.
Oh
But I get
yeah.
what you're talking about where because like I've heard that. I heard that this weekend.
And it's not like it's not, and I'm not, when I say that, I don't mean it necessarily in a bad way. It's just like, there's sometimes it's like, we got the talent, do it, go downfield. Now, last year, that 3-3-5 defense that everybody trotted out there against us killed us because it forced Nico to make more than one read, and he could not do it. And if he did, he overthrew him by 15 yards. It was just like,
Man, I'm telling you right now, it's the exact same thing. Joey doing the same thing Nico did last year.
It's happened. I know.
I'm gonna be honest. The only difference in the last 2 seasons that we've had in this offense is wide receiver play.
That's true.
Every
I won't disagree with you.
Like just watch Joey from this day forward and watch his progressions. Watch how he throws the ball. Is he on the money or he overthrows? Because he's putting it where no one can get it but his guy.
His guy. Yeah.
And that's the way our quarterback coach teaches. And that's I take it too.
Yeah. Well, and I think I think on the year he's got 3, maybe 4 interceptions. I think it's 3, but I know at least 2 of them have been tip balls. So, do you really put that on him? You can't. I don't feel like, unless it's just a god awful throw, and they've not been there. He's not had any, what I would say, just terrible throws or misses, But man, those high overthrows, they pucker me up. Not gonna lie to you, because usually you throw one high, it gets picked. It's going the other way quick. But that ties into what you just said. What I want to bring up next. Our wide receiver room is legit. Now, granted, they need a little bit more depth, but Staley, Matthews, Brazel, you're hard pressed to find a better trio around the country. I think they're top. If they're not top 5, they're right there. They have to be.
Well, most definitely, man. We got a receiver core. I mean, all the way around, even in the running back room, these guys can catch the ball, and it's gonna be huge, man. I can't wait. I just can't wait to get deeper, because now we're in the point where we are understand who our team is, what our identity is, and what we're going to be. And it's been a long time, man, since we've seen this. We've seen down the field throws. We've seen. Now, granted, I would love to see some more quick slants.
Yeah,
some tight ends across the middle, some of the crossing routes or something. Because the quick game stuff where the quick screens and stuff, you find a couple good DBs. That's not going to work. But
right.
I think, like you said, with this receiver core, it's going to be tough to jam these guys like that because they can get open, they can get down the field, and because they're huge, man. Dude, we got some big guys, right?
We do.
I didn't realize they were that big.
Mike Matthews, though, man, he is a man child, like a man child. I don't know, man. This is it's one of those things like, okay, you can double one, but then you leave the other two and they're going to get theirs and then some. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
can't just pick one that you're going to be like, okay, I take him away that, and I have a feeling somebody in the near future might prove me wrong. I hope not, but you can't say, okay, if I take Brazel out of this game plan right now, these other two can't beat me because they sure can. They sure can. And the running back by committee thing, I think that's good. Star Thomas has impressed me.
Well, I'll tell you this here, like that's another thing. Like with me, like I have never liked the committee situation when it comes to running backs. It's kind of like a quarterback. When they was doing the like when you see schools that does the two quarterback thing, they don't do it anymore like they used to.
Right.
Running backs the same way. They gotta get a rhythm too. Like seeing, how the offensive line is blocking these guys to find their cutback zones and stuff like that. I truly wish we would just find a guy, a short yardage guy, whatever they're gonna do. But like right now, to be honest with you, if it was me, I would probably start Bishop.
It's hard to argue that.
Gosh, I haven't because I have seen the kid play in high school and I know what he can do. Even though I know those other guys are just as good, or they're good. But you're talking about a kid that is so hungry right now,
Yeah.
will run through a wall right now. If you give him the ball 20 times a game, I guarantee you average 100 yards easy.
Well, let's
And you, like
let's
I said, you can't go wrong with whatever one you go. I mean, Star, God, this it's a good kid, but like I just wish we can get out of the committee thing. And God, it just sucks though, man, because I couldn't even imagine being a running back and I come in for one play, then come back out.
right. Right.
I understand the scheme and everything, but that's tough, man, as a player. Though.
I think I need to look. Maybe this will be something to talk about during the bye week, but I'll look and I'll at everything. But it's just like this week, the three of them between, and I think as crazy as it sounds, Peyton Lewis is kind of getting shuffled out a little bit because he only had 3 carries this weekend. Only had three, and he only had 3 carries. Star Thomas had 10. Deshaun Bishop had 11. Yeah, man. It seems like Peyton Lewis, though, he's kind of getting shuffled out of the committee a little bit here. I think it'll be something to talk about during the bye week, and I'll look and see. But this week, Deshaun Bishop had 11 carries. Star Thomas had 10 for 33. Bishop was 11 for 72 in the big 25-yarder in overtime. Pilu, though, he only had 3 carries for 10 yards. So I'm wondering, maybe there's a little something there. And I also want to say that I think the committee and the starter goes by the opponent every week. It's like, okay, maybe this guy, because last week, I mean, just for instance, Peyton Lewis had 11 carries for 81 yards. So I don't know. Maybe he's not getting shuffled out. It's just the matchup. I don't know. We've got 3 good backs though. I don't think we have one great back, but we've got 3 good backs. Then okay, so I do want to talk about this because I've seen it. I've watched enough of them this year. It seems like what's missing on defense is it we're just not healthy. Pass rushers in the middle. What is it? Because it seems like every week we'll come out like a house of fire, play like our heads on fire for a quarter, and then it's like the intensity falls off a cliff.
I don't know, man. I was wondering the same thing. I still don't see what I've been saying forever. I don't see that true for overall leader. That guy that's going to be outspoken, going to get on your tail no matter what it is, tough love or whatever. But that's still missing, from a long time. And I tell you, it goes all the way back to Eric Berry. We haven't had a caliber guy that we can call that leader. And I think that's what we're missing. I could be wrong, but typically you see that gameplay on the field, or we accidentally see it on camera on the sideline, but we don't see that guy that's vocal. Even though I know there's someone out there, I don't see it. I haven't seen it, but the intensity, you know, we know we got the guys that can do it. We see them
Right.
taking on, but it's like you said, it's like it falls off where the intensity is not there. And And it just can be, the offenses are just scheming us to death where it's hard to get back in that situation. And then, once we get that, get off the field to come back on again, we back.
Right.
It just depends, man. I mean, I haven't seen. I'm just gonna say that the leadership is missing to a certain extent.
And also I think at 3 of our 5 opponents so far, been we've outmatched. I mean, Syracuse, ETSU, and UAB. I don't think there's any question there. It's hard to stay up and stay pumped when you're just beating somebody to sleep. You know what I mean? I don't feel like the intensity dropped off against Georgia. I don't feel like it dropped off this weekend because if it did, we would have. I mean, it would have got ugly. So I think that's part of it. But it's I don't know, man. They're like you said. Like you said, I think they're missing a true leader. But at the same time, I also think Arian to not necessarily argue that point, but I think Arian Carter is starting to kind of step into that role just a little bit. He had a good game this weekend, 17 tackles or so, and I mean I think he's stepping into that, and we've seen flashes of how good that boy can be. I hope that's what's happening. We need another Big Al, if you know what I'm saying.
He played a heck of a game, man. I mean, I don't care what position you play. That's a lot of tackles, man.
Yeah,
You got to be around the ball every play. Like I don't even know how many solos was it? Was it how many? Like
let's see. Let me pull that up right quick.
because I mean I seen a lot of times where we had a lot of gang tackles, man. I didn't see any times where it was just ISO solo. But, those guys was flying to the ball.
He had 17 sacks, 6 of them were solo, or 17 sacks, 17 total tackles, 6 were solo.
Like I was about to say Bobby Boucher out there.
Right, no kidding, man. But now, as a team, okay, we had 11 tackles for a loss and 5 sacks, which those kind of numbers on defense. It's hard to beat. It's hard to lose one with that. You know what I mean? So maybe it's just offenses are scheming it, and we're having a hard time. Whatever. But I mean, they've come up big whenever they need it. So what can we really complain? You know what I mean?
Yep, and like I said, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it, man. And I switch over to our offense, man. Like our offensive line, they did a great job, man. Because I think I may have saw maybe 2 sacks, maybe, and granted, Joey is able to get out of a lot of bad situations with
Right.
his legs, but I don't think they gave up that many. I think I remember maybe 2 sacks, if that.
Let's see if we can find that. I want to say that you're right, but let's see if we can find it here.
Think it was yep. I think it was 2. But the offensive line
I,
has been doing good, man. They have protected the quarterback pretty good so far, giving him enough time to do some situation. And even though when like those plays where we were saying, like when people was talking to me about we playing not to lose, those were some of the situations on third down where he kind of got pressured or the receiver just dropped the ball.
and you were spot on with that number, 2 sacks.
I thought this would have. I watched the game almost 3 times now. I was thinking it was like 2.
And I want to say I'll have to look, but they've not given up. But I want to say only 2 sacks all year. So hold on just a minute. That's a good talking point here. Let's look. There's 3. UAB got 1.
I know it wasn't many, man, because so how many did you?
Georgia got 1. So there's 4. 4. ETSU didn't get any, and I want to say Syracuse got 1. So 5 sacks on the year. I want to say. Let's just double check it right quick though. No, 4 sacks all year.
You can't go wrong with
You
that.
can't.
I
No,
say
no,
that all day, man. Like, you got a chance to win if you're not getting your quarterback beat up.
absolutely. So I think overall, I want to say that and maybe we're looking at what the defense has been the last couple of years, and we're like, maybe they're just not as good. But then again, maybe they are. Maybe there's just a game coming where they put it all together and look like that unit from last year. But yeah, I mean, I think overall so far up to this point, I think we have. I don't want to say overachieved, but I think we're better than what we thought we were going to be.
I agree. I agree. I mean, most definitely better than what I thought, and especially with the offensive line because I was tough on them, man. Of course, with some of the injuries, they're done even better than I thought they was. I mean, especially with the kid that I thought was going to be killing it with the freshman, and Did you see him when he come in? This
I mean, he had one good play, then he turned around and had a false start. God love him. I get it though. Hey, it was good to see him out there. He looks the part.
when I saw him, man, like I was like, oh, come on. He got the jersey tucked, showing the stomach. I was like, hold on. Ref's gonna make him go back out the game. Because I don't
He
think
looks the
he'll
part
be able to
though.
do that.
Right. He's a big boy though. He looks the part. So we can develop him a little bit. We'll be okay over there. But Lord have mercy,
Oh man, he came out slapping his helmet. I'm like, okay, he's ready. He's
he's ready
ready.
to go.
Ready.
Right.
First play, they pulled him. He made the block. I said, okay, I see you. I see you. The next thing, come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, yeah. And it came at a bad time too. 4th and 1, son. And he pulled through and got it. All right. So last thing I want to talk about, bye week coming up. We get to give everything a rest this week. We get to just enjoy a Saturday watching football. What though do we need to do in this bye week to get ready for this next stretch run? Because we've got, as soon as we come out of this bye week, we've got Arkansas, Alabama, and let's see here: Arkansas, Alabama, Kentucky, and Oklahoma. That's the next four.
Tough stretch. Tough stretch. Well, this bye week, I say, yesterday, today is going to be a pretty simple, installing, watching last week's film, getting healthy. Now, the one thing I truly hope they don't do is it's so because it's so easy for the kids to get bored. I need them to prepare like there is a game this week, because a lot of times the players get bored, man. You got 2 weeks to watch the same stuff over and over and over, and you get to the point like almost like when you're on a diet, you eat the same thing, you get
Yeah,
tired of it, like ugh, and it tends to these kids' brains tend to wander off.
yeah,
But I think Hype is going to do a good job of keeping them attend to to practice detail because these coaches are pretty good guys, man. They know how to keep these guys in check. And this is the year that I've been waiting on for a long time with Hype is, as kids. He got his seniors now. And
yeah.
now, I keep telling there's no excuses no more. So I just want to see them to get, if there's any injuries, get healthy, get them ready for the Arkansas because Arkansas is not going to be a pushover. They know that Tennessee is gonna, they hoping they're not gonna underestimate them, but that's what automatically gonna be thought of because they just lost their coach. That's a whole lot of situations. I mean, because this Arkansas team is not as bad as their record, man.
No, no, they're not. That game got a lot more interesting this week with them cutting Pittman loose, and I'm looking forward to diving into that one a little bit more because and I know you are.
Yes.
It's going to be it's that they better come ready to play for that one. I mean, you'll find out a lot about that Arkansas team this week more so than what you have all week because I think the way things went for them is they kind of had the idea that they were already playing for a lame coach, and now they've got their new coach, so to speak, new old coach. And I mean, he's already firing people on the defensive staff, you name it. I mean, he's doing he's making changes, and there's going to be a lot to talk about for that Arkansas game, for sure. But man, just glad we got out of Starkville with a win. And I don't know about you, but I think it's time to put a bow on this one and call this one an episode.
Yes, sir.
We'll just end it how we always do. Go Vols.
Go Vols.